Give me a few moments and I'll explain why having doubt is good for manifesting, okay? Because when you create affirmations, visualizations that create doubt, this can mean that you are probably making a big shift, identity shift, that is life-changing and exactly what you need. Peace, oh please, keep your mind at ease. It's obvious. So let me explain. Harvard behavioral scientist Arthur Brooks talks about really successful people, and he argues that self-doubt is typically evidence of healthy humility, not incompetence. And it is a clear contrast to the overconfidence of the dark triad personalities, which are narcissism, Machiavellianism, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's just like cold manipulative types, and psychopaths. So he's mainly referencing imposter syndrome, but the principle works the same, because if these people are extremely successful and they're having imposter syndrome, they're having doubts around their abilities and having doubt around their identity, then what does that tell you? I mean, someone who's super successful still has doubt? No shit that maybe you, someone who has, maybe a long way to go, you gotta make a quantum leap to achieve a certain identity or certain transformation, some type of manifestation, are going to have some doubt. Some people who are already super successful have doubt, but they made it. They did it. They created whatever reality that is for themselves. So I want you to always remind yourself of that. Like, even those successful people are having doubt. Because if you have big aspirations, affirmations that shake you, then good. This is a signal of massive growth, new identity shifting, and actual change. A while ago, I paid a good chunk of money to be in a program, and my mentor, who owns a 7-figure consulting business, he basically said this on a call. He said, if you don't have imposter syndrome, then you're probably just not going big enough, right? So it is really, really normal to doubt yourself. Think about it. You don't doubt yourself to walk, to brush your teeth, to drive a car, to work your job, right? But they were difficult when you first did them. When you first did those things, when you were a baby, when you were a child, when you first started into a job, first started riding a bike. So why don't you doubt yourself to do these things anymore? It's because you have proof. When you think about the future and going into the unknown, so if you don't have a massive amount of proof, it can make sense to be anxious, because there is uncertainty there. So what you need to do is acknowledge all the evidence that shows that you are capable of growing, of evolving, and look at all the evidence of figuring everything out, that you can figure it out, that you've done it. You've done certain things. One thing that really has helped me is to just take a piece of paper and write out all the things that I've accomplished, things that I might have seriously doubted that I could accomplish, and write that down. All my manifestations, affirmations, how they've come true, write it all down, because this builds so much proof of accomplishing so that the future seems way more doable. So it actually does help to eliminate some of that doubt. Look, every person you've met was a child, and they couldn't do a fraction of the things that they could do now as an adult. Just believe in your ability to grow and to keep at it, to persist, to affirm, and to always go into the unknown as you have always done since a baby, since a child, growing into becoming an adult, right? So doubt is totally okay. And if you get to a point where doubt melts, then this is amazing. Fire away at your manifestations and keep assuming that achievement boldly and let it carry you forward. So finally, doubt is a good thing because it means that you have a reality that is truly big and worth shifting towards. But it's also really critical to not linger in doubt, right? You don't want to be like 24/7 walking around with doubt, right? Because that's not going to really help you to seize opportunities that come your way, to actually step boldly into those opportunities that might come your way. And it's not going to serve you to always be in a state of doubt, but it is normal to have that doubt creep up. Like, it's totally normal. But the thing is, that's why the robotic affirmations and visualizations and priming your subconscious, especially in states of, when you first woke up or right before bed, those really sleepy states when you're really close to your subconscious, you still want to prime it so that way you can move out of that place of doubt and feel as if you're actually that person that has embodied your manifestation, okay? Because ultimately the goal is to be embodying the manifestation, the affirmations, right? Because while doubt is normal, your new reality truly shifts when you can really embody that new being. Like, it really depends on what kind of affirmations you're doing, what kind of things you're trying to manifest. But really big things, like life-changing things, it totally helps to be really confidently moving towards that direction, right? Comment below if you have doubts, and subscribe for more videos that are going to help you bring your manifestation closer to reality. Peace. Oh, please keep your mind at ease. It's obvious.